Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of our Hen Live. We are Hen India, her entrepreneurial network, a networking platform for women led businesses where each of us belong with Hen. Well, HEN or Her Entrepreneurial Network is a community of women entrepreneurs focused on inspiring, informing, and supporting each other to build successful businesses along with balanced lives. Every week, we bring you HEN members who have something special to offer us and leave us floored for more. Today, I'm your host for the evening. My name is Gunjan, and I'm the founder of Copy Love. Today, we are not just going to have a regular conversation. It is an invitation for you to pause, reflect, and begin your own journey inward. The perfect midweek antidote, right? I have Swapnila with me today. Hi, Swapnila.
Hi Gunjan, how are you?
I am doing very well. How are you?
I'm also very good, thank you.
Fantastic, fantastic. Swapnila, do give me a moment to, share your amazing profile with my audience today, and then I'll get on to the questions. Okay. So everyone, this is Swapnila. She is a trauma-informed life coach, subconscious healing expert, and Reiki grandmaster who helps women break free from patterns of emotional overwhelm, overgiving, and self-doubt by healing their inner world. Sounds extremely deep and very, very strong to me. With over a decade in global corporate roles at Ernst& Young, Wells Fargo, Samsung, and Tech Mahindra, Swapnila understands the hidden burnout that comes with constantly holding it together. I'm sure many of our listeners today can identify with that. Today, however, Swapnila integrates inner child healing, generational trauma work, subconscious reprogramming, and Reiki energy healing to guide high functioning women back to self trust, emotional balance, and authentic clarity. Swapnila, that sounds to me like a total recipe for a lot of self growth and success. So it's super fantastic, and I congratulate you on your wonderful work that you're doing for a bunch of women today.
Thank you so much, Gunjan. Those are actually very kind words from you. So yes, these are the modalities I use with the individuals to help them with their struggles. So whatever is the struggle they are facing in their present time, people come
Yes.
to me with the stress, burnout, or where they are not able to live their life happily, even if everything is looking good from the outside. Something
Mm.
is missing. That the amiss thing that I feel is where you want to go inwards instead of going outwards.
Absolutely. Swapnila, you've come through, as I just shared with our audience just now, that you come with an experience of over a decade in the corporate world, right? And we are in the midweek, we are on Wednesday, and people are bang in the middle of the hustle, even today, right? And everyone's busy, and hustle is so glorified today, and everybody knows that this is also the path to burnout. It's not like nobody is aware of it, but yet, what do you think? If I just pull back a bit, even before I get into the healing piece, but why do you think people are a part of this chase, and what is driving them towards this, in spite of them knowing that this is not the right way to be? But it seems to be that people are aware, but still going in that same direction.
Yeah, that's a very nice question. And I had this discussion with one client of mine. She was also going through something similar. The
Mm-hmm.
thing is, where in our childhood, always the definition of success was defined by the success you get in your career, not the overall balanced life. So people are just hustling towards the best career, best money they are earning, and that reward where you have a salary every month and high amount of salary, and in a society where your worth is actually measured by the money you have. So I think that drives people towards hustle. And the other thing is, till the time your body starts showing that yes, now you need to take action, people just carry on. That's what I have seen in people mostly. So there is one. she's also a friend of mine, where she was going through a lot of burnout because of she was going through a toxic work culture where she was not able to handle the toxicity overall um, in the work environment. Then
Hmm.
she was just going through it, just um, trying to cope up, so that the next level is ready for her. But
Yeah.
what happened, as much as she ignored, the physical symptoms started appearing on her body. She started having skin allergies. So
Hmm.
even when she went to a skin doctor, the doctor said to her, "This looks more like a psychological thing, less of a physical thing." So yes, this happens where the body itself starts showing you the symptoms of stress and burnout.
Interesting. So you are decoding it and taking it back to childhood conditioning, societal conditioning, and as Priyanka also agrees, it is a part of social construct, and we fall prey to it even when we don't realize it. And even though our rational mind knows that this is the path to burnout, we are so uh, led by that, or so already by default a part of that social conditioning that we don't even realize it.
Yes, I think the social construct and the societal pressure of
Mm.
always being number one, it is slowly changing because our generation has gone through it a lot, where
Yeah.
our success is a lot of it is measured by what we are doing in the career path.
Yeah.
And so you see, so the result of that is you see a lot of mental health issues
Mm.
now getting detected. So
Mm.
because there has been a major change in the whole world where hustle culture has grown up so much, and I will say in India though, most importantly, because we have so many people, the population in itself, that you have to always work so hard to achieve what you want. So that
Mm.
also is a reason for burnout for people, because if you are not doing it, somebody else will come in and do that for the uh, workplace or whatever you are part of.
Yeah. Yeah, even as you're saying, I can literally, have some of these sentences run in my mind that, yeah, I also sometimes, tend to think like that without realizing that, this is how the construct is. So very, very pertinent points, Swapnila. You spoke about, people still, kind of uncovering the benefits of this. And I do agree that, COVID was a quite a before after moment in terms of, definitely in terms of physical health, right?
Mhm.
Where people realize that, how the ones who could weather COVID better and come out of it faster, etc., and were those who had a certain better physical health, and how the whole focus has shifted to better physical health today. Mental health though is still, we are still miles away from saying the same about mental health. uh, what do you think stops people? It's not like they can't prioritize it. Like, so if they have been able to prioritize physical health, they have the capacity to prioritize mental health as well, but there is some blocker somewhere, which is uh, a blockage, and not allowing people to keep mental health at the same level of importance as physical health. What do you think might be the reason?
So I would say the world is moving towards physical fitness. That's also a great thing, because the body in itself is very important tool to go towards your inner self. So since I am certified a yoga instructor also. So
Mhm.
when I started my certification, see, the very popular front of yoga is asana, but that's one part of it. This just one part of it. As you go up, so what happens in yoga, first you control the body, then with the help of body you go inwards, and
Sure.
you create that emotional safety. You start controlling your mind. So what happens, you stay in a posture for 5 breaths. Your mind, because it's an unsafe posture if you're balancing something, so your brain keeps on telling you that's not safe, I don't want to stay here, but you are making yourself to do that. That resilience is also a good thing. Yes, the thing is, people start thinking that yes, physical exercise will help. Yes, it definitely helps to burn out the day to day stress. But if there is a deeper problem, if there is something like deeper, some, it's like if you have been in a stress situation for so long and living in the survival mode for so long, then your brain no is trying to suppress the main issue and going towards only the physical issues that you have. So I would say opening your mind towards this mental health picture where you understand that you also need to take care of your mental health, because I think India is now opening up towards mental health issues, towards taking therapy, towards taking medicines, but still there is a long way to go.
Absolutely, I completely agree. I have two questions actually. One which just came up while you were saying this. You mentioned survival mode, right? And all of us have a basic understanding of what survival mode is. But what is survival mode plus, and when does it start? When is somebody mentally not just in survival mode? Like for example, better self care perhaps is a step which is not just in survival mode, but it's like a plus one. Are there
Hmm.
some more indicators that show that I'm not just in survival mode and there is more that I'm able to do for myself, just to
So
understand the word a
yeah,
little
so
bit more in the practical context.
yes. So survival modes when your brain is in certain toxic situation for a long term of time. So whenever there is a danger or like a situation where your brain is not familiar with it, or it seems that it thinks that it is not safe, then it goes into survival mode. It start acting from not from the reasoning perspective. It goes in a fight and flight mode. Okay,
Sure, sure, sure.
you understood that. So if you
Yeah.
are in survival mode for a long time, you are not meant to be in survival mode for a long time. As soon as the danger is out, you should come in that calm reality where you are with yourself, and then there's. But sometimes, like if there is a very toxic environment at home, if there is always abusive relationship, very
Mhm.
common situations, I am telling you. Abusive
Yeah.
relationship, the home environment is not that good. So you are constantly in this survival mode. That in that your body starts reacting to it. That yes, this is something that is causing me problems.
Hmm.
So the way you are saying, yes, to make it come, it's like in a situation where you are really getting anxious, deep breathing really helps. This way,
Hmm.
um, as somebody has said that yes, yoga and deep breathing helps. Breath work
Yes.
is something that really helps you to calm you. Apart from physical health, physical exercise, you focus on your breath work as well. No, it gives a lot of calmness. Okay,
Hmm.
so you might have seen right now so many people are so people, if you have money, you can go to hyperbaric chambers and take oxygen and look young. So that's pranayam heightened. So what you're doing, if you do pranayam every day, your body will have so much of oxygen that it will thrive. So similar to these concepts are basically in our Vedic culture already, but obviously it is now coming from Western front in a different marketing perspective, but they really help if you work towards them. So breath work is something you just tap you do. When you
Hmm.
feel really anxious, then you can do this. So there is a vagus nerve that calms down when you tap yourself, hum, that make that hum sound. As you have heard, you might be knowing. I don't know if you are familiar with it. That Brahmari pranayam is one in which we create that sound. That's also a very calming sound for your nervous system. So whenever you feel like you're just going into something very anxious and you want to calm yourself down, and you want to get into that reasoning mode instead of survival mode, happens with us. How much ever
Hmm.
you work, how much ever you heal, there will be external situations that will make you in this mode, that will take you in this mode, and then these are the things you can do with yourself.
Absolutely, I completely hear you, and uh, it definitely sounds like something everybody would want to do on a daily basis, right? But just to make it more practical, how does one make space for it in our busy lives, right? How do we still prioritize it? It's good to know everybody today, thanks to Instagram, thanks to Reels, thanks to so much awareness, knows that this is the right thing to do. But everybody, most people at least, I would say, struggle to make it a part of their daily ritual or daily practice. How would you recommend that one makes it a part of their daily practice and not a luxury as per our headline? I loved our heading today that healing is not a luxury, right? So, how does one make it a part of their daily life?
So yes, as you are saying, it's very difficult sometimes to be very consistent with these things, because obviously we always prioritize something else to this, because there is no immediate outcome to this. So you are not getting that instant gratification that our brain requires to do something. So that's a process. Here you can do two things, whatever works for you. Make somebody your accountability partner. It
Okay,
can be your partner, or you can go to a coach who can help you guide you through this healing journey. So whatever works for you. So information is everywhere. Okay, nowadays we are living in a society where information is readily available. You do Google, you do Chat GPT. AI has taken up the whole world. So information rich world this is, where we can just Google anything, and all the uh, all the methods will be given to us कि हाँ ये करना चाहिए वो करना चाहिए. But the thing is how to it becomes confusing also. I will say that. So to that's what I said, that you can do two three things. So make, either take one thing, one basic thing that you want to do, and do it consistently. It might take
yeah,
5 minutes. Set an alarm, like say I will just do box breathing today.
yeah,
Every day I do box breathing for 30 days. Okay,
yeah,
so you start, you set an alarm and do it every day, or you set you, if you have a partner, if you're somebody, do it with him or her, and that will also give you an accountability. Apart from that, if you want to go in deeper into healing, then yes, you can work with somebody who can, if you want to. Because see, I think this is a very new concept where coaching and healing comes into picture, because people are I have many people that initially came with different problems, and they said that I do not know that if I did not know I needed this healing, because and when I came to you, I thought everything is in present moment only, because this toxic environment is causing me this problem. But when we go back, um, we explore all the traumatic events happened in the life, then we understand how much trauma is stored, and how everything is what has made you today.
sounds
So you're right.
amazing.
Yeah.
Sounds amazing. You know what? It just a thought came to my mind, and I would love if you're okay to do this for our audience, just to give them a demo of how easy it really is to, incorporate this into our daily lives. You spoke of box breathing. If you don't mind, if we can take like just some 2 3 minutes, if you can demo this for our audience and take them through a quick box breathing process. I would like to set it as an example that even while listening to someone, or even after listening to someone, maybe you just want to switch off for 5 minutes, do this box breathing, or any other such thing, and even that adds value to our daily basis, to our daily life, so to say. So if you don't mind, if you can demo this for us for the 2 minutes, I think it will be a great way to give them an example and still not keep it just at the theoretical level.
Yes. So box breathing is like you put your hands on your belly as well, and on your chest as well, and like open your chest so that you can take a deep breathing, like move your shoulders back, and then inhale for 4 seconds, hold it, then exhale for 6 seconds. Keeping in mind that your breathing is through your belly, not the chest. The diaphragm should move up, not the chest area. So making it a deep breathing, a conscious breathing. So you can just go do it whenever you want to. You can just sit down and do it to be in the present moment. There are many different exercises. You can do anuloma viloma also. It's very easy. Nadi Shuddhi is very easy. So these are very easy pranayams that you can do just to um, just to start this. Yeah, box breathing is very easy. you
Truly.
can just practice it, and it's a practice that will just ground you to the current moment, as
Yes.
most of the time we are just thinking about something else. We are not in the current moment, so this really helps.
Yes, yes. And Priyanka, and also to our audience, and Swapnila, correct me if I'm wrong. Box breathing is so effective, and it's supposed to be so effective that before interviews, before concerts, I've seen celebrities practice it before going on stage. Singers practice it before going on concerts. People practice it before interviews or big talks. And I've also experienced the benefits of it. That it just for that moment, or for a while, it just cancels out all those overthinking and negative patterns, and just gets you to the moment, and you can be yourself. So it's one of those very, very powerful practices. Yeah.
Truly, yes.
Thank you,
There are
Swapnila, for taking us through
Yeah,
that.
there are actually many things that you can do.
Yes.
Journaling is also one of the things. If you cannot go for therapy, if you cannot hire a coach, then work through journaling. Journaling is one thing that will really help you to know about yourself. A very basic thing is right now. If I ask you, Gunjan, everybody has some regret in their life, like in the past life you have done something and you regret those moments still. So it's a very normal thing that you can do. You just write a forgiveness letter that to your past self, and see
Okay.
how calming it feels, instead of always judging yourself, because at that age you acted with whatever personality you had, whatever thought process you had. But today you understand that yes, that was something I did, but now I accept it, and I choose to forgive myself and write that letter. So, dear, dear Gunjan, my 18-year-old self or my 20 years self, wherever you have done something, just let it flow. Write a forgiveness letter. That also helps. And
Wow.
this you can do with for many other people in your life also, like people you think that you have a you have a little strained relationship, or they were in your life and then you lost the connection, something happened. Yeah, so similarly you can write to them as well, and feels like the closer you need it.
Yeah, so powerful. And it all sounds like so much, so such a heavy thing to do, keep bapre, forgiving others and all of that. But how you are saying that, sometimes just putting it out can be a step towards it. It doesn't have to be the luxury that we think that it is, and take out a special day for it or anything. In the middle of the day, if you're up to it, and or before ending a day, I guess just journaling, something like that, can be such a strong technique as well.
Yes,
Amazing,
and
amazing.
yeah, there is one
Yeah.
another practice which I can suggest people: writing letters to yourself, writing letters to your parents. So, we say that we are really karmically connected to our parents and our siblings, the family that you have. So, your relationship to them is so important that you don't understand. Write the letter to them as well. Wherever, just open up and face those things which you are not facing today. Just write those letters and feel
Mm.
like you might cry. Those things will might come up. So there is a process I do in my healing that's called trigger release, where people have suppressed things come out and they just cry it out and write it. And after doing the process, those things stop bothering them. So
That's
that's
powerful.
how you that the healing journey. And also, Gunjan, it's not an easy process. So what you're saying ki, to open up towards you, slowly when you start discovering these basic things, you start doing it. When you start becoming comfortable facing these things, then
Yeah.
yes, you will get there will be many patterns that are in your life now. You might not be even aware कि ये patterns मेरी life में हमेशा क्यों follow होते हैं. Why my relationship turns out to be abusive? Why I am always getting toxic managers? There are certain energy perspectives. So you are attracting those things unknowingly. So yes, these are there.
Mm. And writing those, little pieces can be a start of, becoming aware about that and starting the
On
process.
also forgiving. Forgiveness is a very good prayer, a very like really great thing that is there is Ho'oponopono. That's called a
Yeah.
prayer where you can just start saying that to these people. So write a letter and write those words also. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. That's the Ho'oponopono prayer. You can just include that in your in the letter in a format. For me, for example, if you're writing your 18 years self a letter and you're just, I'm sorry, uh, till now I am not able to forgive you, please forgive me for keeping this grudge to you for so long, and then
Mm.
thank you for understanding this, I love you and I'll always be there for you. So in this format you can start writing letter to your younger self as well, and similarly you can follow the pattern for people in your life.
Mm. Amazing.
That I want to give all everyone who has joined as a takeaway. You can just do it and you will feel so better. So do it for consistently for 21 days. For everyone you feel grudge or you have some feeling, some negative feeling toward, and you will feel that difference.
Absolutely. In fact, Sapna is already saying that she will definitely try writing a letter to herself. Sapna, please try and let us know how it
Please
went.
share the experience also how you felt.
Yes, yes. Speaking of experience, Swapnila, any story that comes to mind of transformation, of healing, which you feel could inspire our listeners today? Maybe in your experience, maybe in your client base, or anything that you know of, where there was a significant transformation in the person after he or she practiced some sort of healing.
Yes, so there's a lady who came to me when she talked to me initially. I had a clarity discussion with her, basically a discovery call, which I do to understand the current situation. She was
Mm.
going through a lot in her present day life. Like she was so exhausted, feeling all that because the work culture is toxic, and she has so many past trauma. She was like she was adopted by her own uncle. Her mother actually left, and it was quite a traumatic past. So, but these things, no, and her marriage also turned out to be abusive, and she was divorced. So a lot of many things have, and she never tried to. She tried certain methods, like she was doing asanas, yoga asanas for a long time. It gave her relief, but when we worked together, I worked with inner child healing, and then there were sessions in which she cried so much came out. Like yeah, many incidents she was not remembering consciously. Inner child is nothing but your subconscious, basically how much it holds. So whatever traumatic events it hold, it actually shapes your current life a lot. So for her, the current life has so many issues. When we go through the past traumatic event, there are so many which she doesn't remember or doesn't want to remember. Also, many people want to forget those.
Yeah.
So instead of forgetting, if we accept that and we try to, like your brain, no, it has that memory connected to certain negative events. We try
Mhm.
to create a positive narrative with that and releasing the triggers. I can say that helped her a lot. Now she has a lot of clarity. She says that those things which has happened to me in past now doesn't bother me so much,
Wow. Wow.
and
That's a
I'm
very.
able to, yeah, I
Mm.
have got a lot of clarity. So it doesn't work like a magic. Like I don't, I in one session I cannot have a magic wand and I can just do it. It takes time. It you come to me, I have to understand the perspective, and then everything flows whatever she needs to work with. So she has been with me for around 3 months or 4 months now, but she has a lot many changes and a really great transformation. Still a long way to go, but still, because so much trauma, so it takes time also.
Yeah, and yet that's a long, very deep, intense journey to have already covered in 3 months, right? It sounds very transformative.
Mm.
Amazing, amazing. Swapnila, time has just flown. We have, today it's been such an exciting conversation and it's such a relevant conversation That time has just flown. Today we are already nearly at the end of our conversation. Smita, yes, absolutely, it's very true. All of these changes that we do. Before I let you go, Swapnala, one final last question that um, I want you to leave behind for our listeners today or anybody listening in the future is, how would you like to remind our audience about the urgency of looking into mental health, right? We cannot push it away any longer. How to realize that it's not a luxury anymore and it is something that we must address today, now, as soon as possible. I think that would be a super, super takeaway for our audiences today.
Yes, so I would really say that instead of thinking that mental health is something I will, so there are people who said that say that okay, there is some function, I'll do it after that. So think about it. It is a journey. It
Hmm.
if you take that first step towards
Hmm.
it, then that and also that Gunjan, apart from time, there is one more thing is that fear of being judged also is there for people. If
Yeah.
we go towards certain mental health, it means you are accepting that I am somewhere weak from the this perspective.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
acceptance also doesn't come very easily because of whole narrative towards mental health. So we don't have that validation from our parents or somebody else. So as a human being, we are social creatures. So we need that validation from somebody else. Ki, हाँ, ठीक है, you are going to therapy, then it's great you're doing. But think about it yourself. You want to be happy. You
Yeah.
want to achieve 100%. You are just living in self doubt. You're just living it like you can do 100%, but you're living at 50%. So
Yeah.
think about it with that perspective. Think about that this is what I want to do by myself. We as women tend to do so much for other people, but when it comes to us, we keep us at least priority. But think about this when you are happy. As a woman, you create the whole environment of your house. So when you are happy, you take care of your health, you take care of your mental health, physical health, you set the environment of your house. So think that if you're taking care of yourself, you're taking care of your kids, your husband, your full family. So just open your minds towards this.
Beautiful, beautiful words, Swapnila. What you're really telling us is that self care is not a luxury. Looking after ourselves is not a luxury. Putting ourselves first is no longer a luxury. And the moment we do that, the healing process has already begun. Right? That's what I see it as. Right. Fantastic, Swapnila. As I said, this was such an engaging conversation that time just flew by, and I didn't even realize that we are already at the end of our conversation. And I would also want to thank our audience for engaging so much with us and finding this conversation insightful. Swapnila, thank you again so much for spending the evening with us. And all the best to you for all the good work that you're doing. We'll see you in the Hen community again.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I had a great time talking
Yes,
about the thing. Thank you so much.
yes, a pleasure. Okay, thank you everyone. Bye bye and have a great evening.
Bye.